What if I told you throw away cold calling, cold emailing, building a sales team full of SDRs that cost you 6 to 10K a month each because they're just going to waste your time, cost you money, and leave you at square one where you were 6 months ago? Look, you've got a business that works, you probably do about $1 million a year in revenue. You're getting your clients from somewhere, referrals, word of mouth, a little industry channel, maybe a referral partner, something offline that is working that's got you to this point. But the question is, how do you grow now? Do you cold email? Do you cold call? Do you build a sales team full of SDRs costing 6 to 10K a month? What if I told you with paid ads, you can go from a blank screen, a blank piece of paper, zero, nothing, to winning new sales meetings with cold, qualified prospects who've never heard of you before in their lives in your market, and they trust you, they know you already, and they want to work with you. All of this at a scale that no other marketing channel can match. I want to show you how right now, and it follows our 3-step process at Alvi Advertising. And if you don't already know, my name is Usama Alvi. I'm the managing director at Alvi Advertising. We work pay on performance for ambitious B2B brands that want to sell to CEOs, company managers, and other key decision makers in their market on a purely pay on performance basis. If that sounds good to you, use the link in the description to work with me now. Okay, here's how it works. 3 steps, MDC, messaging, data, conversion tracking. Messaging, what is messaging? Messaging is all about creating ads that resonate with the right target market. The end goal of this step is for you to produce an ad that your prospects throughout the whole market feel like you live in their head. They need to be scrolling on Facebook or Instagram. They need to see an ad. It needs to be so sticky and resonant in their minds that they feel like you read their mind, like you live in their head. Example, in Australia, we have accountants who at the end of financial year are doing things called BAS statements, business activity statements. We produce ads for an AI business consulting firm that works with accounting firms with ad creators that said, look, if you're struggling with managing 10,000 rows of data per client and you've got strict end of financial year deadlines and you need support with processing these BAS statements, we can build you an AI agent that will take care of all of that in seconds, leaving you meeting your deadlines, cutting your employee costs, and running a far better business than you were before. That ad campaign, 48 meetings in 6 weeks, the average cost per meeting and ad spend, $70. Unbelievable. It's an $8,000 solution. The client was getting meetings booked from a 2-page application form, then you schedule in his calendar for $70. That's unbelievable, right? So messaging. The messaging needs to be sticky. How do you create sticky messaging? You need to understand your market. Start with the problems. What problems is your market facing? What problems are they facing? If you sell HR software to HR managers who are managing big teams, they need employee onboarding automated, they need payroll, benefits, super, whatever, all this stuff in one place. Your HR software needs to target those pain points that the HR manager is facing. So he's facing, for example, it's too complicated. All the software solutions out there are too complicated. All right, our HR software, your ad would look something like this. HR managers, get HR software that onboards employees in less than 30 seconds. That's compelling. If I struggle with onboarding my employees, I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna see what you're about. I'm gonna see, is this a good solution? I'm gonna investigate. I might do a demo. I might sign up for a free trial. I might sign up for a free account. But the ad has landed with your market. You've got that message market fit, right? And the important caveat here is key problems that drive purchasing decisions, right? That drive purchasing decisions for your product or service. So it can't just be any problem. It needs to be a problem related to what you sell and what you solve for, okay? The next thing is your solutions. You need to understand what solutions is this HR manager, for example, seeking in the market today. Typically, lower cost, better payment terms, enterprise grade, compliance with enterprise security, etc., etc. You need to understand what solutions decision makers in your industry are looking for, and then present that to them on a silver platter, pretty much through advertising. That's your messaging, right? That's the first step, M, message market fit. Then you got D for data. Now, how do we actually reach our target market with these ads? Because if you put ads on TikTok today, you're going to get 1 million views from Gen Z unemployed kids, but you're not going to, like for B2B, it's not going to work. You're not selling a $20 hat. You're selling $20,000 professional services probably. And so you can't just use TikTok or broad targeting as everyone recommends. The D for data stands for third-party business-to-business data. What we do is we source, we procure, we purchase this data from providers like Clay. Some people use Bombora. There's B2B data providers out there. We purchase this data and you layer that into your advertising campaigns, right? And you've got to test your audiences. Every ad platform is different, but basically it's purchasing this business-to-business data so you get all the social media profiles of the, for example, HR managers that you're trying to target across the United States, across Australia, whatever it might be. Layer that into your advertising campaign so that your messages from earlier are reaching the right market, and that stickiness will be there. And the final thing is conversion tracking, making sure that you're not optimizing for leads. You don't want to do like in-app lead forms, which are really easy to submit and don't result in anything. You only want to be targeting genuine prospective buyers. So you don't want to be targeting people who are like, oh, I'm just tire kicking, I'm looking. Oh, I just entered my details. Oh, it's a spam. It's a robot. It's a jump lead. You need to be optimizing for the guys who are like, no, I'm interested. Yes, I attended the meeting. I'm qualified. I have budget, and I want to see what you can do for me for real. Those are the people that you need to tell the ad platform, hey, this was a good lead. We only count this as a lead, so you must only optimize for these things, because these ad platforms work of AI. AI is machine learning. It works off whatever feedback you give it. If you give it positive reinforcement, it'll work towards that. If you give it negative reinforcement, it won't take that on board, and it won't take that as a valid conversion and optimize for that in the future. So that's how you go from a blank piece of paper. You're at ground zero. You've got whatever $1 million a year in revenue, and okay, we want to grow. That's how you do it. And if you help getting this done, and you want someone to do this for you with industry expertise across multiple accounts, with case studies on a pay and performance model, get in touch with me with the link in the description below. See you guys soon. Bye bye.